Hey, so today we're bringing it back to the roots and we're talking about the A6400. More specifically, we are making a micro rig for the Sony A6400. When you think of rigs for cameras, you think of these really big complex things, and what makes those so big is the matte box on the front and like the battery on the back. Ours doesn't have that. This is what we're making, and it does have some deviation to it depending on your needs, but the heart of the rig is the cage by Small Rig. This is their cage made specifically for the A6400, but if you do like one of the cages for the 6500 or 6300, you can use one of those too since it's the same body size. So cage is probably the most important. Now we are going to add this little base plate to our cage. This is also from Small Rig. A lot of our stuff today is going to be from Small Rig. I'll just say that. So this is the base plate that we're using. The item number is on screen because I definitely don't know that off the top of my head, and it just kind of holds some rails. What I have here are 6-inch rails, and I would definitely not recommend those. I think that you should probably get some 9-inch rails. 9-inch is a good place to start. So now we have a cage, we have a base plate, we have some rails. We got to put some stuff on those rails, and what we're putting on those rails is a follow focus. This one that I have here is from Newer. This thing was cheap, that's why I got it, and its objective is to pull focus. So now instead of going like this, we can just twist and pull focus. The follow focus system does come with these rings that you're supposed to attach to your lens, and that interlocks with these gears on the follow focus. I found that you don't necessarily need to use this ring. It is gonna help a lot if you do, but for my needs, I found that I was having to pull focus a lot more than what that ring would allow me to. Like I would have to go from like here to here, and the distance was just too much. So I found that not using the ring works out just fine. It does slip a little bit. It's probably not ideal, but you can definitely do it. All right, so our next items are a little bit optional. You can kind of make this rig however you want to fit your needs, and that's the beauty of making rigs in general. So we're gonna start off with audio. So for audio, I'm using a Rode Video Micro. The Rode Video Micro is by far the best small compact microphone that you can get for recording. I'm gonna say we can attach it two ways. One, we can add a cold shoe to our rig and mount our microphone straight to the rig. Or number two, we can get one of these arms. This is like a 5-inch articulating arm, also from Small Rig, and we're just gonna screw it to the front of our cage. So having it as close as you can means that you might be able to reduce the audio input on your camera, reduce some of that room noise and ambient noise, and get the best results for your audio. These next ones are kind of on you. Let's say that our first option is a handle. This handle is from Small Rig. It runs just around $20, and you can either attach it front or backwards on your rig, and this depends on where most of the weight lies. In our case, you're probably gonna wanna mount it forward on your rig for it to really make sense as a handle. But if you don't want a handle, I have this little thing. It just got released at Small Rig, and it's a monitor mount. It uses screws to screw right on into your monitor. The cool thing about this is that it swivels 360 degrees and it tilts as far as you're able to tilt without it hitting something. So you can easily go from filming yourself to filming something else in like 2 seconds. I'll be talking about monitor placement in a Tuesday video, so subscribe for that. I'll also leave a link to this little HDMI cable. It's an HDMI to micro HDMI, and it's coiled and it's really nice, and I was trying to find this but I couldn't for a while, but now I have. So if you want that, I'll leave a link to that in the description. So we basically made a little small micro rig that either has a handle or it has a monitor. You can kind of overlap these. It's not ideal, but hopefully you enjoy the video at least, because that's all that I have for you today. Let me know what you think about the new 5-minute video format and the 2-minute video format. Leave a link to your rig if you have one in the description below. Let me know what you're using. Are you even using the A6400? I would think so, because that's where a lot of you guys came from. Anyway, that is all that I have for you. And yeah. Yeah, okay.